In the Pinahat locality of Agra district, Uttar Pradesh, a man named Karan Singh lived with his family in the Nayapura neighborhood. Karan Singh worked at a sari factory in Surat. His family included his wife, Yashoda, and their 2 children. His younger brother, Bhanu Singh, also lived with him. Everything was going well. Karan Singh was fulfilling all his responsibilities diligently. On November 18th, he took a leave from the factory and came home. But on November 29th, 2024, around 4 p.m., Karan Singh went to the market to buy some household items. At the same time, his 9-year-old son, Raunak, who was playing outside the house, suddenly went missing. The family started searching for Raunak everywhere, but they couldn't find him. Yashoda, Raunak's mother, was in a state of distress, crying uncontrollably. She immediately informed her husband, Karan, and told him, "Raunak is missing. We've searched everywhere, but we can't find him. Please come home quickly." Karan rushed home and started looking for Raunak as well. However, after searching everywhere and not finding the child, Karan, in frustration, informed the police. Karan's wife told the police, "Until 5 p.m., our son was playing outside the house, but then, suddenly, he disappeared while playing." The police immediately began searching for Raunak. For the next 2 to 3 days, the search continued. The police even checked the village's wells and drains, but there was still no trace of Raunak. 4 days later, on December 2nd, at 6:30 am, Dinesh, who lived next door to Karan Singh, went outside his house and saw a bag lying in the alley in front of his house. As he approached the bag, he screamed in horror because inside the bag was Raunak's lifeless body. The bag was open, and Raunak's face was exposed. His head was badly crushed, indicating that the killers had brutally murdered him. The news of Raunak's death spread quickly, and the neighborhood gathered around. People immediately informed the police, but the condition of Raunak's parents was heartbreaking. His mother was crying loudly, beating her chest. Neighbors, moved by the sight of a grieving mother, also felt immense sympathy. Seeing Yashoda cry and wail, the neighbors were also teary-eyed. Meanwhile, the police, recognizing the seriousness of the case, called in a forensic team to examine the scene. The forensic team inspected Raunak's body and noted that the blood flowing from his head had already dried up. On November 29th, the day of the incident, her brother Karan went to the market to buy household items. Meanwhile, Bhanu and his sister-in-law Yashoda had not met for a long time. So, after her brother left for the market, Bhanu seized the opportunity and entered his sister-in-law Yashoda's room. After that, they both started to engage in intimate activities. But when they were crossing the boundaries of decency, suddenly, 9-year-old Raunak entered the room. When he saw his mother with his uncle in such a compromising position, he was shocked. As soon as they noticed Raunak, both of them panicked. Seeing her son, Yashoda feared that everyone would find out about their relationship, leading to a huge scandal. Terrified of the shame, she immediately grabbed Raunak and tried to calm him down. She tried to console him and even gave him rupee 1 to buy some snacks from the store, urging him not to tell anyone. But Raunak, being a 9-year-old boy, understood what was going on and said to her, "What are you doing with Uncle? I will tell Papa." Yashoda kept trying to explain, but Raunak insisted on telling his father. Both Yashoda and Bhanu were afraid. They feared that if Karan learned about their illicit relationship, he would throw them out of the house. So, they decided to silence Raunak. Bhanu took Raunak to the shop under the pretense of buying snacks, and then took him to his room. Once again, they tried to convince Raunak, but when he refused to listen, Bhanu asked Yashoda what to do. She, the mother of Raunak, said, "Kill him, because if he stays alive, he will ruin us." After saying this, Yashoda left the room. As soon as Raunak finished his snacks, Bhanu picked up a washing bat and struck Raunak hard on the head. Raunak fell to the ground, bleeding from his head. Crying, he asked, "Uncle, why are you hitting me?" But Bhanu, as if mad, showed no mercy. He relentlessly continued to strike Raunak with the bat. The 9-year-old boy, helpless and in excruciating pain, eventually died. This tragic incident occurred because of the illicit relationship between Bhanu and his sister-in-law Yashoda. The child, Raunak, had witnessed it, and they feared that he would reveal the truth. In fact, while Bhanu was killing Raunak, Yashoda, his mother, was listening to his desperate cries for help as he called for her, "Mom, save me." But little did he know that his mother was no longer a mother, but had turned into a monster. After killing Raunak, they now needed to dispose of the body. They first kept Raunak's body in the room and then placed it on a drum near the stairs, covering it with a sack to avoid anyone noticing. While moving the body to the drum, some blood had spilled onto the stairs. Bhanu tried to clean it, but after 2 hours, the stains could not be fully erased. During all this time, Yashoda stood near the door, keeping an eye on anyone approaching their house. When it became dark, they wrapped Raunak's body in a sack and hid it under the bedding on the roof. Then, around 7:30 p.m., Yashoda began to fake crying and mourning. Both of them had conspired together, and it was clear that Bhanu was the one who had killed the child, hitting him on the head with force. The death of this myth happened immediately after that. It was kept on the roof for 3 days. Their house is located on the roof, where the pain curb is, and it was hidden there. During the interrogation, Bhanu revealed that when he struck Raunak's head with a shovel, blood gushed from Raunak's head and splattered on the walls of the room. Bhanu mentioned that he and Yashoda tried to clean the wall, but it didn't get completely cleaned. To hide the stains, they placed a drum on the wall. After hiding the body on the roof, they thought of throwing Raunak's body at the house of a relative who lived nearby. They had an ongoing feud with this relative and thought that finding the body at their place would shift suspicion onto them. As the neighbors knew about the long-standing feud, they also concocted a kidnapping story. However, they never got a chance to throw the body at the relative's house. Bhanu said that after killing his nephew Raunak, they hid the body on the roof for 3 days. But when Raunak's father, Karan, mentioned in front of his wife that on December 2nd, he would go to meet the police commissioner in Agra and call the dog squad to find out where their child was, Yashoda got scared. After hearing this, Yashoda told her brother-in-law Bhanu that her husband was going to Agra to bring the dog squad because Raunak's body was still on the roof. They both became frightened. They planned to get rid of Raunak's body somehow that night. As if the police found the body in their house, they would be the prime suspects. They then came up with a plan to dispose of the body again. Following the plan, on December 1st, at 4 a.m., Yashoda pretended to be charging her mobile phone and left the house. She went to the roof, while Bhanu stood in the alley behind the house. Yashoda tied Raunak's body with a rope and lowered it, which Bhanu caught in the alley. Then, Yashoda also went down to the alley. They opened a sack and left Raunak's body in the alley before returning home. When the neighbors saw the body, there was chaos. Seeing the body of their child, Yashoda and Bhanu pretended to cry in front of the family. They cried out loudly, and the neighbors said that Raunak was Yashoda's favorite. When Raunak returned from school, he would hug his mother. He was 9 years old, but still ate only food prepared by his mother. He wouldn't go anywhere without her, always staying near her because his father was usually away. For Raunak, his mother was everything. If he demanded something, she would always bring it for him. But suddenly, what this mother did was extremely shameful. First, she broke family boundaries, and then this witch demon defiled the name of motherhood. However, both of them have now been arrested. Based on Bhanu's statement and the evidence, the police have prepared a charge sheet and presented it in court, where both of them have been sent to jail. Friends, the purpose of telling this story is not to hurt anyone's feelings or to cause distress, but to raise awareness and alert you. What do you think about this incident? Please share your thoughts in the comments box. And if you liked our effort, please like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. Thank you.